her in love he lies by her side, eyes closed, mouth dry, listening to the clock, waiting for a sign to stop the night. His dreams awake with neon iguanas and fluorescent roses, smiling, crying, world-weary, worn, hiding his face from a halogen sun. Eyes turned in to blank for expression, still tired from last night's session. He stares before the numbered face on the bureau, screams and smiles at the scene, scratching his chest, doing his best to remember her name. He shrugs all the same, turning to the table by the bed to clear his head, wiping it clean with a drag of nicotine and a shot or two of booze. After all, we all need a god or two. Thank you. This one, a number of things I want to do. I hope I get through. But this one actually I want to do because I used to, as you can tell, may have guessed, I'm from America, the U.S. I've lived here 12 years though, and in that time, most of that time I've spent, now I live in Stony Batter, but most of that time I've spent kind of living in various places between Glasnevin and Parnell Street. So when I was coming up today, I actually took a walk in from town, just kind of walking around some of the old places. It's a bit like kind of coming back to the old neighborhood, coming up here. And so this poem that I'm doing is actually a poem that I wrote a couple of years ago after a similar sort of walk through these streets, back when there were cranes everywhere. It's called Time and Tone. Trash-strewn alleys built of stone, stretching on either side of measured steps, heading home, matching in dual tone a singular shade of gray. Words scrawled on walls, not in prophecy, but in record of the past. Jim Hart's carol, Jesus saves, Elvis lives, Chris gives great, the rest scratched out with edit added, one presumes by the object's irate hand. If the sun ever shines, you could never tell from the way our eyes are pupiled black, and our women line up to lay in beds that color their skin, the shade of places they've never been but have seen on the telescreen. Our men as well queue at Vanity's basin to bathe in post-mod myth, spending long hours at machines built to affect the effect of long hours spent in fields our fathers left behind. These new savages circle in whooping war dance the warriors of Man U or Chelsea, Dublin or Kerry, Bulls or Sons. These new pagans leaving petition for sexual boon with claims of prowess, empty bluster, finger flung into the air. Modern man, the altered native, staking territory and attachment to tribe with fashion, pose, and fetish. Arranging themselves as Bogey or Grant, Dean or Reeves, even Garland, Dietrich, Hepburn, Audrey. Not Kate. Kate too strong for a man to pretend. Monroe. In the end, every man a watered-down idol, every man a river's phoenix, striving to wash wings and rise from ashes at the tips of sticks, placed with fingers from mouth to tray, sending up smoke screens, gray as pigeon wings, both communion and offering to whatever deity accepts such things. A cultural atheist hard to find in these tired times of urban renewal. Sirens seep through the air, pouring to saturate these subjects of sacrifice in trash-strewn altars built of stone, stretching on either side of measured steps, matching in time and tone, drips dripping deep, the mossy maw of time's well run dry. Two more, if I may. Well, this one's really short, and really doesn't need much of really doesn't need, I mean, it's pretty obvious what it's about. It's called In Bed Without You. In bed without you, staring at the ceiling, cigarette, smoking, central air rumbling, The jazz cassette you couldn't stand, cascading through borrowed boom box. I remember that you didn't like letting music lull you by. That I thought this might come between us seems silly now that we have the Atlantic. Thank you. Before I go on, actually, with the last one, I just wanted to tell you on October 9th, coming up, there's a new arts collective in Temple Bar called Exchange, and myself and Gareth, who read earlier, are both involved with that, and we're putting on a spoken word night for on October 9th, starting at 8 o'clock. It's going to be a $5 in. It's not just it's all spoken word, not all poetry though. There's going to be a few comedians. There's going to be a recording of some audio theater, which I'm actually really looking forward to seeing. There's also going to be some storytelling and some prose writers. So if you're free on the 9th, come down to that.
Where?
Dublin Exchange, which is actually on West Essex Street, which where the check-in is and the Turk's Head, that road that runs in between. If you go to the right there.
Oh well, yeah.
Okay, this one is called. This one's about betrayal. And it's called La La La, I'm Not Listening. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it! Couldn't run a tune in a bucket with the lights on and with the lights out. Who gives a damn, Even my Mary, who no one knows or owns or shows their favorite Aunt Hildy, can't see wise the eyes to help bear a double cross. A left hook across the chin by a two-faced friend. Dug in, my vicious grin. Grin and bear it, who will share it? Gin and tonic, I'm up and on it. Straight up an Adam, just an Adam, no Eve. Not naive enough for that kind of chaser. But I'll leave and grieve for the dearly deceived who have come this way once too often. Don't want to be it, don't want to see it, don't want to touch it, don't want to take it, don't want to deal with it, don't want to fold it, don't want to dig it, don't want to be in it, don't want to be out of it. Don't want to feel it on me, in me, around me, run it through me, and be done. This ain't fun. This ain't living. All this is thankless giving, and gone. I want it quit. Over. Fini. Yeah. Everywhere a mouse can go, and more.